All right, we're back with another unboxing for Victorum Gaming. Today we're going to take a look at Star Wars Armada, and one of the new ships that came out in this most recent wave is the Nadiri Starhawk for the Rebellion. So we'll be right back after we get this bad boy opened. All right, we're back after getting everything unboxed for the Starhawk. So there's a lot to dig into. Obviously, the model itself is nice and, well, freaking huge, chunky. Bigger really than even the ISDs, but obviously a little bit more compact, but definitely a nice massive ship for the Rebels. And there's a lot to take in too, so new rules. Well, we're just going to take a look at these. So introduces the following new rules and icons. So it is a large ship, large base. Comes with this new Salvo defense token. So a ship can spend this defense token to perform a salvo attack after the resolve damage step of this attack. If the attacker was a ship, the defender performs a salvo attack against the attacking hull zone using the defender's printed rear battery armament. If the attacker was a squadron, the defender performs a salvo attack against the attacker using its printed anti-squadron armament. And moving over here, the effect of the salvo defense token cannot be resolved during a counter, salvo, or ignition attack. During a salvo attack, the attack range and line of sight are treated as the same as those of the original attack, and firing arcs are ignored. Dice cannot be added to a salvo attack. Other mods still apply. During a salvo attack, only the standard critical effect can be resolved. If the ship that spent the salvo defense token is destroyed before performing a salvo attack, it performs the salvo attack before it's removed. Wow, that is pretty cool. Over here, the contain, that's nothing new, but maybe this new upgrade here. So basically named super weapon. And there's the cloak keyword. Some upgrade cards in this expansion grant the cloak keyword. So at the end of the squadron phase, you may move up to distance 1 even if you are engaged. Multiple icon upgrade cards. We saw that on the Imperial side as well, but basically some cards requiring 2 slots to put those upgrades in here. There's some name restricted card traits as well. That's a newer trend. Also size restricted upgrade card traits and flagship restricted upgrade card traits. So that is definitely something new newer for Armada. Then we get 2 ship variants, as is pretty much standard. So let's take a look here. So we get the Starhawk Battleship Mark 1 and Battleship Mark 2. So as you can see, stat-wise, this is really even beyond ISDs. So we got 14 hull on the Mark 1, a blue and a black for anti-squadron, 4 command, 3 squadron, 4 engineering. Some nice tokens here too. Looks like a brace, redirect, contain, and the new salvo. And here's kind of where we see maybe the not necessarily Achilles heel of this new ship, but it is like some of the other Rebel ships, fairly slow, and you're not going to be doing really many tight turns with this thing. So speed 1 and 2. But looking at the different zones here in the weaponry and shielding, this thing is a beast. 6 on the front, 4 on the sides, and a 2 in the back, and just buckets of dice everywhere. So on the front there, we are throwing 4 red, 2 blue, 2 black for a grand total of 8, which is going to be brutal. And then a little bit less on the side, but still 5. 2 reds, 2 blues, and a black, and then 2 red and a black out the back. 140 points for this bad boy, and then we can see all the icons down here. So lots of cool stuff happening there. We got that new super weapon one too that we just saw in the description, so pretty interesting there. And clocks in at 140 points before upgrades, boys and girls, so something to keep in mind there. So this is definitely an investment in your fleet. Moving on, Mark II, 10 points more for the base. Let's see how the weapons have shifted around here. Still 14 hull, red and a blue for the anti-squadron. Command, squad, and engineering are still the same tokens, same speed. Looks like the same upgrades as well. Still 6, 4, and 2 for the shielding, but the guns are different. As you can see, there's a distinct lack of black dice now. So we got 4 red, 3 blue, and 1 black out the front. No black on the side anymore. That's been replaced by an extra red. And then the black from the Mark 1 out the rear has been replaced with a blue. So for 10 points more, you get maybe a little bit more in the range department. But again, these are massive before we even get to any upgrades or anything. So that covers both of those. Really cool. And let's just take a look at all the upgrade cards and everything else that came with it too. So we have Krista Agate. Let me get kind of zoomed in here for everybody. So after you deploy, gain 1 non-scatter defense token. During your spend defense token step, if your speed is not 0, you may discard 1 defense token to resolve the effect of that defense token. You cannot resolve the effect of each type of defense token more than once per attack, and she comes in at 20 points for a new admiral here. Or as a crew, basically, officer. Red or blue crit, you may exhaust this card to ready one of your exhausted defense tokens. That's awesome. You can resolve this critical effect during a salvo attack for 5 points. Not bad, not bad. Wedge Antilles. Before the end of the squadron phase, you may spend 1 squad token to choose up to 3 friendly non-unique squadrons without strategic at distance 1 through 5. Those squadrons can cloak until the end of the round for 4 points. That's awesome. Wow. Shriv Surgav. When you reveal a command, you may discard a squadron dial or token in this card to choose 1 enemy ship at close range. Choose and discard basically any one of those icons or upgrade card equipped to that ship. Notice the requirements, though. There's that double cost for 6 points. Still, though, that could be cool. Whoops. One more here. Another flight controller. We've seen that from several other releases so far, so we can skip that for the moment. Local fire control. I think this is a new one. After you deploy, you must replace 1 of your defense tokens with the salvo token. Okay. And they give you a couple of those. That's nice. Flag bridge. Medium or large ship only. Flagship only. It's a modification for 0 points. Okay. 0 can always be good. You gain that new icon in the upgrade bar there. You cannot spend a command token to resolve that particular card's effect. Okay. Interesting. Heavy fire zone. 4 points. While attacking a squadron before you gather dice, if the defender is not engaged with a friendly squadron, you may replace all of the blue dice in your anti-squadron armament with red dice. Okay, nice. Couple of those. Very nice. Intensify Firepower. We've seen that on the Imperial side as well, but we'll read it this time here. At the start of the ship phase, you may discard this card or spend a Firepower token. If you do, until the end of the round, while each friendly ship is attacking a ship, it may change 1 die to a face with a hit icon and no other icons. Okay. Magnite Crystal Tractor Beam Array. That's a mouthful. 10 points, one of the super weapon upgrades specifically for the ship, too. So let's see here. After the end of your activation, you may exhaust this card to choose 1 enemy ship at distance 1 to 5. That ship's speed is increased or decreased to match your speed. While your speed is 0, you cannot ready this card. Okay, interesting. 10 points on that. And some titles. Amity, so only on the Mark 1. After you deploy, gain a evade token. That's pretty sweet. When an enemy ship overlaps you, you may deal 1 additional face-down damage card to both ships. Oof. Well, you've certainly got the hull points to spare with this thing, starting at 14 hull, so that could be really cool. And considering the size, you might just ram that down somebody's throat and get them to start overlapping it. Concord. Also for the Mark 1, this is a 12-point title. That's a lot. After you deploy, gain 1 of the Salvo tokens. While defending, if your speed is 0, during your spend defense token step, you can spend a defense token. Oh, that's pretty cool. Unity, a 10-pointer. After you deploy, gain a redirect. While attacking a squadron, if the defender is engaged with a friendly squadron without the printed heavy keyword, you may re-roll 1 die. Okay, not bad. And that is it. All right. Then just taking another closer look sort of at the base of it, right? So some pretty decent firing arcs here. Pretty much even in most of the directions. The front is not all that wide, though. But really the broadsides on this thing are kind of redonkulous, so definitely got some good opportunities there. And then the front is still pretty good. It's not as narrow as it could potentially be, and that's where you're going to be doing a lot of your damage. I mean, that is absolutely just bonkers. I think we just put the Mark 1 on here just for the video, but still, 8 dice out the front with shield 6, nothing to scoff at, and that's before any of the other old upgrades and stuff like that where you can even add more dice, and then broadsides are nothing to laugh at either. And really, the rear isn't all that bad either. Only the 2 shields, though, so that is definitely the weak point. 14 hull, though, that's still quite bonkers here for the Rebels. So fun new toy for the Rebels. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is this thing going to be good? How are you trying to build it for your fleets? Any success you've had so far? Has it been worth the wait to get something like this for the Rebels, or should the Rebels have gotten something different? Yeah, just let us know what you think. And if you like the video, hit us with a like and a subscribe. Hit that bell icon too, and we'll be back with some more Armada content. Thank you.